1. Introduction. My name is Diana. I am 26 years old. I work at a big office in the city. For 3 years, I had a boyfriend named Jim. I believed we were happy. My life felt good, and I thought everything was perfect. One Friday after work, Jim asked me to meet him. We met at a small cafe. I went with a smile, thinking it was a normal meeting. But when I saw Jim, his face was serious. My smile disappeared. "Diana, I need to tell you something," he said. My heart beat very fast. A bad feeling came into my stomach. I looked at him, waiting. It felt like time stopped. He looked at me, then looked down. He told me he was in love with another woman. Her name was Claire, and she worked with him. This news was a big shock. I could not understand it. My hands began to shake. My voice was not strong. It felt like it would break. "Are you leaving me, Jim?" I asked quietly. I hoped he would say no, but he only said yes. After that, he stood up. He did not look at me again. He just turned and walked away. He left me sitting alone in the cafe. I watched him go. Then I was truly by myself. The cafe was full of people, but I felt completely alone. I started to cry. Tears fell into my coffee. My chest felt very heavy. It felt like my heart had broken into many small pieces like glass. It was a terrible pain inside me. I sat there for a long time. My mind was only on Jim and his words. My life, which I thought was so happy, had changed in just a few minutes. Everything was different now. Later, I went home to my quiet apartment. I thought about staying there and crying. But then a new idea came. I decided that I would not stay home and cry. I would not let this sadness keep me down. I needed to do something else. I needed to try to forget, even for a short time. I made a strong decision that night. A night out. My best friends came to my apartment. Their names were Mia and Sarah. I told them everything about Jim. They hugged me. They said, "He does not deserve you. Let us go out tonight." I felt a little better. I knew they were right. I could not stay home and cry. We decided to go to a club. I wanted to forget Jim. I put on my best clothes. I chose a short black dress and bright red lipstick. I looked in the mirror, wanting to feel strong again. We took a taxi. The club was full of bright lights and loud music. Many people were dancing. The air smelled like perfume and excitement. We went to the bar. I ordered a cocktail. It tasted good. I drank another. Slowly, a smile came to my face. The sad feeling started to go away. I looked around the room. My eyes moved across the dance floor. Then I saw him. He was a tall man, very handsome. He had dark hair and sharp eyes. He was looking at me. It felt like he already knew me. Our eyes met. I felt a quick spark inside me. It was a new, exciting feeling. I walked closer to him. He smiled. I said, "You are handsome." He laughed. He replied, "And you are beautiful." We started to dance. The music was fast. We moved together easily. The heat between us grew. We did not say our names. I just wanted to forget Jim. I wanted to feel this new moment. We danced for a long time. Our bodies were close. Then we kissed. It was a long, deep kiss. It felt like we were the only two people in the club. Everything else disappeared. I forgot my sadness. I forgot Jim. I only felt the kiss. Later, I whispered, "Come with me." He looked into my eyes. He nodded. We left the club together, hand in hand. The night was just beginning. 3. The next morning, the handsome stranger and I left the club. The city lights shone brightly around us. We walked hand in hand, feeling a strong pull towards each other. We quickly arrived at my apartment. As soon as we stepped inside, we kissed again. This time, the kiss was deeper, full of emotion and heat. He held me close, like he had known me for a very long time, not just a few hours. The night was long and special. It was wild and full of fire, like a bright flame burning. For many months, I had felt sad and empty after Jim left me. But with this stranger, I felt alive again. I did not think about anything. I did not think about Jim or my sadness or tomorrow. I only felt the moment completely and truly. It was a powerful feeling, a way to forget all my problems. We stayed awake for many hours, lost in each other's company. Slowly, the dark night turned into morning. The first light of the sun began to shine through my window. It touched his face as he slept peacefully beside me. He looked calm and quiet. For a moment, I just watched him, remembering the wonderful night we had shared. But then, a new feeling started to grow inside me. It was not a good feeling. My heart began to beat very fast, not with excitement, but with panic. "What have I done?" I whispered the words to myself. They were very quiet, almost not there. I looked at the man next to me, a man whose name I did not even know. I suddenly felt scared. I could not let him see me like this. I could not let him see my weak side, my sadness, or my confusion. How could I explain why I had brought him home? How could I explain my feelings from the night before and my sudden fear this morning? I could not. It was too difficult. I knew I had to leave. I had to go before he woke up. Very carefully, I moved away from him. I tried not to make any noise, not even a small sound. I got out of bed and found my clothes. I dressed quickly and quietly. My hands were shaking a little, but I tried to be strong. I looked for a piece of paper and a pen. I found them on my small kitchen table. I wrote a short message. My words were simple, but they carried a clear meaning. "Thanks for the night," I wrote. Then I added an instruction: "Leave the key under the doormat." I hoped he would understand. I hoped he would not be angry. I just needed to go. I put the note on the table where he would see it when he woke up. I took one last look at the sleeping stranger. Then I took a deep breath. It was a long, slow breath, trying to calm my racing heart. I walked to the door of my apartment. I opened it very gently, trying not to make any sound. I stepped outside, closed the door behind me, and walked away. The city was just waking up, and I was already out, leaving a secret behind. 4. A big surprise. That morning, Diana felt very tired. Her head hurt from the night before, and her emotions were a mess. She tried to fix her hair and makeup quickly. She needed to go to work. The thought of facing another day felt heavy, but she pushed herself to get ready. She drank a large glass of water, hoping it would help with the dull ache in her head. The city outside her window was already busy, but Diana felt like she was moving very slowly. She arrived at her office, feeling a little nervous. Today was important. Everyone in the company was talking about it. A very big and important new client was coming to visit. The client owned a large company, and this meeting was a chance for Diana's company to get a new, exciting project. Diana tried to focus on her work, but her mind kept going back to the night with the stranger. She tried to push these thoughts away. She needed to be professional today. Her boss called her name. "Diana, it's time for the meeting," he said. Diana took a deep breath. She walked with her boss towards the main meeting room. Her heart started to beat a little faster. She wanted to make a good impression. This was a big chance for her team. She opened the door and walked inside, ready to meet the new client. But then she stopped. Her feet froze on the floor. Her eyes opened wide in shock. Sitting at the long meeting table, looking directly at her, was the man from last night. The handsome stranger from the club, the one she had left a note for. He looked just as surprised as she did. His dark eyes met hers, and for a moment the room felt silent. Diana felt her face turn very red. Her heart hammered like a drum inside her chest. Her boss, who did not know anything, smiled. "Diana, this is Nick," he said. "He is our new client." Nick quickly put on a polite smile. He stood up and held out his hand to Diana. "It's nice to meet you, Diana," he said, his voice calm. Diana took his hand. Her hand felt cold in his. She tried to smile back. "Nice to meet you too, Nick," she replied, trying to sound normal. Both of them pretended they had never met before. They acted like complete strangers. But inside, Diana's mind was full of last night and the big surprise of this morning. 5. A secret meeting. Later that day, Diana was alone in the copy room. She was busy with her work. She heard the door open. Nick came in. Diana felt a small shock. She did not expect to see him there, alone with her. Nick closed the door softly. He looked at Diana. He had a small smile. His eyes were warm. "So this is where you work," he said in a low voice. Diana felt nervous. Her heart beat faster. She whispered, "I did not know you would find me here." Nick stepped closer. "I cannot stop thinking about last night," he told her, his voice soft. Diana looked at him. She could not find the words. Before she could speak, Nick leaned down. He kissed her. It was a soft kiss, then stronger. Diana felt many feelings. She gently pushed Nick back. She looked around the room. "Someone might see us," she said quietly, worried. This was her office. Nick understood. He smiled. "Then let's meet tonight," he suggested. "Just us, no secrets. We can talk more then." Diana looked at him. She could not stop thinking about him either. She wanted to know more. She nodded. "Yes," she said, "tonight." Later that evening, Diana felt excited. She met Nick at a quiet bar in the city. The bar had soft lights and calm music. It was a good place to talk. They found a small table. They ordered drinks. Nick smiled at Diana. "It's good to see you again," he said. Diana smiled back. "It's good to see you too," she replied. They started to talk. They talked for a long time, for many hours. Time passed quickly. They learned many things about each other. Nick told Diana his name. He was confident, funny, and kind. Diana told Nick about her life. Nick listened carefully. He asked her questions. Diana felt comfortable with him. It was easy to talk. When he held her hand, it felt very natural and right. They talked until the bar was almost empty. They both knew this was more than just a secret meeting. It was the start of something new. They said good night, already looking forward to their next time together. 6. Our secret love. Days passed, and Nick and I continued our secret relationship. At the office, we acted like professional acquaintances. We spoke only about work, keeping our voices calm and polite. No one could guess our secret. We were careful not to look at each other too long or smile too much. It was important that no one knew. Outside of work, our relationship was passionate. We spent many evenings together, meeting in quiet places. We talked for hours, learning more about each other. We shared stories about our lives and dreams. Every moment felt special. We could finally be ourselves without any acting. During the day, when we were apart, Nick often sent me sweet messages. My phone would light up, and I would feel a rush of happiness. He sent short words like, "You look beautiful today," or "Can't wait to see you tonight." Each message made my heart beat faster. It was a secret game, and I loved it. These messages were small reminders of our hidden connection. One evening, Nick surprised me. He took me to a rooftop high above the city. The lights of the buildings spread out below us like a million stars. The view was amazing. We stood close, looking at the bright city. Then Nick turned to me. He looked deep into my eyes, and his voice was serious. "Diana," he said, "I want a serious relationship with you, not just a secret." His words made my heart feel full. I felt something very deep for him, a powerful feeling. But a worry grew inside me. Nick was a client. Our relationship was a big risk. If people at work found out, my job could be in danger. I knew this, but I could not stop my feelings. Our secret love was exciting, but it also brought fear. I wanted to be with Nick, but the thought of losing my job made me nervous. I tried to be careful. I tried to think about the problems. But with Nick, my worries seemed to disappear. His smile, his touch, his words, they made me forget everything else. It felt like we were in our own world. We were falling in love. It was wonderful and dangerous. 7. The secret is out. One afternoon, Diana was leaving her office building. As she walked out, she saw Jim, her ex-boyfriend, waiting near the entrance. His face looked very upset and his arms were crossed. "Who is that man you keep seeing, Diana?" he asked, his voice sharp and loud. Diana felt a small shock, but she tried to stay calm. She looked at Jim directly. "That is not your business anymore, Jim," she replied firmly. Jim laughed, but it was not a happy sound. It was a bitter laugh. "I see, you moved on very fast from me." He sounded angry. Diana did not say anything more. She turned and walked back inside the building, hoping Jim would not follow. But he did. He walked behind her into the busy office area. Inside, Nick was talking to Diana's boss, Mr. Thompson. They were standing near the main reception desk. Jim saw them from a distance. His eyes became wide with surprise. He looked at Nick, then at Diana, and then back at Nick. A sudden understanding came to his face. Nick was the important new client, the one everyone talked about. And Nick was also the man Diana had been seeing in secret. The truth, the big secret, was suddenly out. Soon after Jim's discovery, a strange feeling spread through the office. People started to whisper quietly to each other. They looked at Diana and Nick with curious eyes. Some gave them strange looks, full of questions and judgment. Diana felt her heart beat very fast, like a drum. A cold wave of panic came over her. Everyone knew now. Her secret relationship with Nick was not a secret anymore. She imagined her boss, Mr. Thompson, knowing. She imagined the difficult talks she might have. She worried about her job, her career. It was a very bad and scary feeling. The office felt like a cage, and she was trapped. Later that afternoon, Nick found Diana alone in a quiet corner of the office. He saw her worried face and the panic in her eyes. He walked closer and took her hand gently. His touch was warm and strong, giving her a small sense of comfort. "Diana," he said, his voice calm and steady, "please look at me." She looked up, her eyes still full of fear. "I do not care what other people say," Nick told her clearly, his gaze firm. "I do not care about the whispers. I do not care what anyone thinks about us and our relationship." He held her hand tighter, showing his support. "I want to be with you. That is the only thing that matters to me. We are together." His words were like a strong, warm light in the dark. They helped Diana feel a little better, a little stronger. His unwavering support and clear message gave her courage. She knew it would be a difficult time, with many challenges ahead. But Nick was ready to face them, and now, with his words, she felt ready too. The risk to her job was real, but so was their deep connection. Her panic slowly started to leave her, replaced by a quiet determination. She looked at Nick, and for the first time since Jim's arrival, she felt a new kind of strength. 8, our new start. Nick and I decided it was time. We were done hiding our feelings for each other. We wanted to be open about our relationship. It was a big decision, but we felt ready to share our love with everyone. We knew there might be a lot of talk, but we did not care about that anymore. Our happiness was more important than anyone's opinion. The company dinner was a special event that evening. Many important people from our work were there. When Nick and I walked into the room together, holding hands, everyone looked at us. A small silence fell for a moment. Nick gently put his arm around my waist, clearly showing everyone that we were together. Some faces showed shock. Others looked a little surprised, and a few even looked jealous of our happiness. It was a moment I would remember. My ex-boyfriend, Jim, was also at the dinner. He saw us from across the room. His face immediately turned red, and he looked very angry. His eyes showed his frustration. But this time, his anger did not bother me. It did not make me sad or scared. I felt strong and happy standing next to Nick. For the first time in a very long time, I felt truly free and light. It was a wonderful and powerful feeling, like a weight had been lifted. Later that evening, when we found a quiet moment away from the crowd, Nick looked at me with a serious but loving smile. He took my hands in his. "Diana," he said softly, "I want to ask you something important, officially." My heart started to beat faster with excitement. "Will you be my girlfriend?" No more secrets, just us, open and honest. I looked into his kind eyes. "Yes, Nick, 1,000 times yes," I said, feeling joy fill my entire body. Our story had a very unexpected start. It began as just one wild night, a moment with a stranger I did not even know. I never thought it would become anything serious. But slowly, it grew into something much deeper and more meaningful. It turned into a real and loving relationship, full of trust and care. It was fast and sometimes a little crazy, but every part of it felt absolutely right. When I looked into Nick's warm eyes, I knew my life had changed forever. This was our new start, full of love, hope, and happiness for the future.